arrived in chapel, and I'm going to quickly go on a walk, run up a trail near here. Everyone out here making use of the free parking, which means hopefully the national park car park and toilets will be empty. I'm happy to pay a few shekels if it means that I have a lovely secluded car park to have a wash, use the toilets, cook up some fajitas, and yeah, generally just lay low for a bit, I think. Perfect. Look at this. Ideal. Ideal. Well, I was wrong. The car park has filled up. Luckily, I'd done all my really weird stuff before people started showing up, but it wasn't long after. Anyway, I'm just heated up the rest of last night's fajitas, and I'll just be eating those for a while. Driving to Kettlewell. I'm well fed, well watered, clean, dry, warm, and this drive is really, really nice. It's just a perfect day. Not much action in Kettlewell this afternoon, unfortunately. Pleasant enough town, but not somewhere I need to spend any more time. Had a walk round, nice enough. I will use the facilities of the car park and then get on my way, I think. When the stars align. So this next feature is sponsored by one of my American subscribers, namely my brother, who's just written in and wants to know what I'm doing about using the toilet, which is a fair question. Number one's relatively straightforward. I've got this bottle here. It's a good piece of kit. 4 litres, nice wide base, stows easily, handle here, so if it's half full and I'm on the road and someone's tailgating me, I can just froth a little bit out the window and be on my way. And luckily I'm fairly regular. Mid-morning normally, the need arises and I'm usually out on the, often out on the trails somewhere, and I can find somewhere discreet. I do have degradable toilet paper, so I don't have a problem with that. A couple of times this trip I've used public bathrooms in national park car parks. However, more interestingly, I do have a system whereby I do not need to leave the car, just in case I don't have time to evacuate the car, yeah, I'm certain that I'll always get it together, but there was this one time in Southampton where I was urban stealth parking, and it was during the Eat Out to Help Out scheme where you got half price meals, and I'd been for a Chinese and then a Mexican meal. I ate a lot of strange food that night, and 5 in the morning things threatened to get violent, and I put on my slippers, my sandals. I ran out the door, and yeah, what happened that morning was borderline inappropriate and antisocial. So from that moment on, I built a system which is called the EPP, or the Emergency Poo Protocol, because I like to eat different foods, and I also run a lot, which means I need to eat a lot. So doesn't take much for a surprise to come. So I just thought it would have been handy to have a system, and I will run through that now without further ado. Okay, so you've done an inner city stealth camp, you've woken up in the morning, you might have had some spicy pizza the night before, and you have initiated the EPP, which is here. Now, this is just a bag with some, I've used cat litter, you can use sawdust, and ideally what you'd do is you would leave the vehicle, just pop this bag down on the floor, maybe try and form a bit of a seal, and yeah, just go about your business. Quietly tie it up, pop it all back in here, maybe leave a bit less air in it than I have. Seal that up, and then just quietly drive away and find somewhere to dispose of it. Okay, so imagine you have been to a gig in London and you've had some beers, you've overslept, the commuters around you, the window covers are up, but you can't leave the vehicle. What then? Well, that's phase 2 of the EPP. you've got to have your spill pad down, alright? If you don't have the spill pad down, you've got to leave the vehicle, whatever, and you deal with yourself out there, because priority is do not soil the car. If you've managed to get the spill pad down, then I'm guessing it would be the same process, just pop the bag out, sort something out down here, and yeah, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to use it, but it's better to have it and not need it. So it's taking up pretty valuable real estate here at the front of the car, but like I said, the priority is to not soil the vehicle, and I know, like I said, I do know this subscriber personally, and he will say something like, that's disgusting. But it is an emergency protocol. I hope I won't have to use it, but life can be hard on campaign, and things can get disgusting out here. That is just the reality of it. But you just got to keep going. You have to keep going. It's a nice little town. Stop here, I think. Let's see what's going on here. Where are we?